See, in science, first of all, the presentation, the model, everything is rational. It has to be logical. The second point is that it should be verifiable by the experiment. If we do the experiment any number of times, we should get the same result. If we don't get, then we have to change our model, change our theory accordingly. And the last one is repeatability. That it should be verifiable by the experiment, and any number of times we do, we should get the same result. Here, the rationality comes later when we are explaining what it is. Before that is in science also it is like that. First comes the experiment. Here we wanted to find out who am I, and I did the experiment looking within. As I said, we focus within, and finally discovered that if I want to know who am I cannot know in that manner. The very effort to know myself as something I will know like this, it is self-defeating, because then the I becomes different from the self. So at that point we leave everything, forget everything, and the I reveals itself. This is the experiment. Now in that experiment, when they got it, this is referred to as Samadhi is the record, experimental record. It is absolutely scientific in that it is experimental. It can be repeated, but it has to be repeated by different persons, and one has to discover for himself, because it is personality related. So the record of these experiments is what our scriptures are. From eternity says, how many thousands of years ago the Upanishads were written, we don't know. At least more than 5,000, 10,000 years or so. That also we don't know. It had gone, the thought had gone to that peak level, the pinnacle, the zenith at that time. So this started far, far back. We don't know. It is prehistoric. Now from that time also, say even if it is 2,000 years, nobody has contradicted. Whoever has done the experiment in this field, they have confirmed whatever is written in the Upanishads. It is so, it is so, it is so. So the repeatability cannot be questioned. And it is open to all. They are saying that you also experiment, and it is fulfilling. Not only it is discovery, the discovery will be fulfilling to you. You also experiment and find out. And whoever has done the experiment properly and reached the goal, confirm that it is so. Suppose there was it was not so, then it would not have remained for thousands of years and even now alive. It would not have remained, it would have gone away if there was anything wrong. Like that there have been so many futile discoveries also, which were not so important. We have whole lot of tantrika experiments and all, which are not got the pedestal which our Upanishads have got. They are not rational. They may happen for certain people or so. And not only that, they don't lead us to the final goal of fulfillment. So they have been discarded more or less. But this Upanishadic Vidya or Brahma Vidya or Vedanta, it has lived thousands of years only because of this repeatability, that anybody does the experiment again, gets the confirmation that whatever is written is true. Every step of it is true. So experimental, then repeatable, both are there. And then the rational part, what I just now said, that it is absolutely rational, that the subject, as I explained to you, that rational explanation must have come later. It might not have come before. Whatever it is, that model in science also, after the experiment, the model is given, which is rational. That another analogy I have brought in there with the science, that the pursuit needs disciplining the body, mind and intelligence, freeing the mind and intelligence of all preconceived notions and wishful imaginations, and making our observation impersonal. It is so much that if we go into the Upanishads, you will find that generally we start in the primary level with some worship to some deity. We have a picture of the Lord or whatever we have. We proceed with that. There is a technology behind that also, because when we get fixed to that, we are so much devoted to it, whatever we consider to be the Lord, and we forget the whole world for that. Our mind starts becoming one-pointed. It becomes convergent. It becomes one-pointed. When it becomes one-pointed, we have to get over that particular conception we have about our God also. In the Upanishads, they go on, people will have different kinds of preconceptions. Like some are worshippers of Devi, some are worshippers of Shiva, some are given to Yaga Yajna, some are given to some other practices. So, they are pointing out shloka after shloka that if you are a worshipper of, say, Mother or Kali, know that the Kali is your own self, nothing different. If you are a Yaga performer, you are sacrificing in the Agni, in the fire. Know that that fire is your consciousness, that is the I in you. Like that, they are one after another preconceived notions they will tackle. And generally people find it very difficult to get over those ideas. Once we get fixed to certain ideas, to get at the truth we have to get over all these ideas. Suppose if God we think that it is a form thing in front, can it be omnipresent? But we don't question like this. Suppose we are having an image and we see an image in the vision also. That is only a manifestation of God. That is just like the world, that is also appearance in the consciousness. But if it is anything is omnipresent, everywhere present, can it have form? Tell me. It cannot have form. It may manifest in different forms as it is manifesting as the world. It cannot have form. Not only that, it cannot even move. Anything that is pervading everything, it cannot, where will it move? Movement comes from a limitation. So really speaking, the consciousness doesn't move at all. It is just the opposite of our idea of consciousness. We say a thing is conscious when it moves by itself. But real consciousness, it cannot move at all. There is no question of any movement. Actually, in the consciousness, whenever the limited things are manifesting, they move, they have motion, they have causality. In the consciousness, it is transcending causality, it is transcending form, it is transcending all limitation, it is transcending all forms. So, like that, all the preconceived notions we have to get over. Now, what happened is that in this finding of the who am I, they landed on two more discoveries. Will you say that we have that slide of 3 discoveries? See, the first discovery is that when we finally land on that consciousness, when we forget the world, forget our personality, everything, the consciousness reveals itself, then we discover that the whole world is appearing on that consciousness, and that consciousness we are generally thinking my soul is within my body, his soul is within his body. It is not like that. The soul is one and uniform. Even saying one and uniform is also not correct, because space, time, everything, they have come, they are manifestations. It is transcending space, time, matter. So, the first is this discovering that real identity, which is the changeless, immortal self, and which is one and infinite. If the ultimate truth is that we are infinite, and we presently think that we are small, then where lies spiritual sadhana? Anything that expands our mind will be a spiritual sadhana, because how can we go from a constricted thing to an infinite? We are now thinking I am small, and from there I have to go to I am infinite. How can we proceed? I have to expand every time. So basically it is, behaviorally it is just getting rid of the selfishness. Because of our selfishness we are small, constricted. Anything that makes us expand, anything that reduces our selfishness, anything that makes us liberal, great, that is true spirituality, because that is taking us slowly towards the infinitude, what we are. So the sadhana becomes very simple, and anybody can judge. Suppose by worshipping, I am becoming more and more constricted and selfish, then that worship is not the true pursuit, it is going the other way, reverse way. If by not worshipping also, by doing something else, if our mind expands and we are becoming expanded, we are becoming more and more liberal, more and more uniform, then that is the sadhana. That may not be worship, might be something else. So in the process of discovering this real identity, they discovered the second thing also. When they came close to that identity, they found that such blissfulness is emerging from within. At that point, actually they are not in touch with anything at all. Normally we desire a certain thing, and when we get that thing, we get joy. Is it not so? But in this case, they were not in touch with anything at all. There is no question of getting in contact with any object at all. And they got the greatest joy, the blissfulness, which we call bliss. And it is welling forth from within. So, will they run after any desireful objects? They found the source of the joy. Now, what is happening is that if you look into your mind, you will find everything we do because we want happiness. We may say something, I am doing this, I am running the factory because this production will be there. This production, why, what will happen by the production? I will get money. What will you do with the money? I will have this and that and some comfort. What will have by getting the comfort? I will be happy. Everything you analyze, whatever we are doing finally to become happy. Now they discovered that the happiness does not lie outside, it is within. Not only that, they also came to another inference that what is happening during our happiness, when we get some object of desire and we get happiness, what is happening is that happiness or joy or bliss is our actually a parameter, a soul coordinate, you can say, a quality of our real identity. That is why the soul is called Satchidananda. Ananda is there itself. But we are not experiencing that Ananda. We are not experiencing that Ananda because our mind is distracted. Always it is ripple, always it is distracted. Suppose there is a pond. On the surface there is ripple. Then you will not, even if the water is clear, you will not be able to see the bottom. When the ripple gets subsided and its placidity comes, then you can easily see the bottom. Like that, what is happening is that suppose we are intensely desiring something. Now that desire makes us forget all other things. We are intensely focused on that. We are desiring something and that is only we want. Now when we are getting that fulfilled, that object of desire is fulfilled, immediately for some time the mind gets peaceful. Because all other things have not come at that time. Whatever the mind was disturbing the mind, that has gone. So it has become now peaceful. So we get the joy. Till another desire comes in and makes the mind disturbed. That is what happens generally. Very soon another something non-fulfillment, some other want, this is not right, that is not right, that comes in. And that disturbs the mind again and we lose the joy again. Now, from that we are concluding it is not the fulfillment of the desire that is giving us joy, but it is the elimination of the desire which is giving us joy. Are you able to follow? Because elimination of desire makes the mind peaceful. And in that steady mind, the joy which is always within, it is a quality of us, of our soul, of everybody, our quality of our core identity. That joy is experienced at that time. So if we can eliminate all the desires right in the beginning, then we will be always joyous. It is such a simple arithmetic. Not arithmetic, it is true. And if you think, you will find the truth of it also. Naturally the question will come, then why will anybody work? If the joy is always there within, then why will anybody work? That happened in spirituality also. When they discovered the joy, the blissfulness, and they finally come to the last discovery. They find out that this consciousness, the whole universe, it is the source of the universe. Not only that, it means that all the objects we are seeing, they are just like written in the air, they are written on consciousness. They are all made of consciousness. So the soul which we experience in samadhi, let us say, samadhi I can use the word, no? All of you know Samadhi, that when no other worldly things, nothing is there, only the soul revelation is there. So the soul we experience in Samadhi, or the consciousness, pure consciousness we experience in Samadhi, that is everywhere, everything is only an appearance on that consciousness. Then will we miss the consciousness in anything? You are made of consciousness, the table is made of consciousness, everything is made of consciousness. Then in the world, when we are functioning, we will not miss the consciousness anymore. So do I have to get into Samadhi to know the consciousness at that time? We don't have to know it there anymore, because it is everywhere. Only when this happens, that the whole universe is consciousness and consciousness alone, and whatever plurality we are seeing, it is a manifestation in that. The plurality, truth is the uniform consciousness, and plurality is only appearing on that. Then they will not remain in meditation anymore. They will work for the welfare of the world. That is what Bhagavad Gita says, Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. Because they have nothing more to gain as such. Whatever is natural to them, whatever they can do, whatever needs to be done, they go on doing. That is what is happening in nature also. So suppose a flower blossoms. It doesn't blossom out of any desire. A red flower blossoms as a red flower. A white flower blossoms as a white flower. It is natural aspiration to blossom that it blossoms for. It doesn't, suppose the flower, there are in Nandankanan, there are so many beautiful flowers blossoming, nobody, even a bee doesn't go there to see them, perhaps. They don't say that today nobody is going to see me, so I will not blossom well, I will remain close. Or if somebody comes to see, I will blossom very, very well today. But are we not doing it? The moment if nobody sees you, you will not decorate your face or put on a beautiful sari or anything. It will be naturally whatever to be done. That is, our mind is always focused on, not on natural things, unnatural things. So actually when we become desireless, we will become natural. Whatever is natural to us, we will do. Whatever is natural to us, and in a certain circumstances, we will be doing that. That we will do out of aspiration, not out of desire. Suppose a painter will go on painting in the most beautiful manner. A singer will go on singing in the performance will be best, because his mind is not distracted by any desire. Whatever we are doing, we will do much better than what we perform, because while doing, our mind is always getting distracted by what will happen, I will get happiness out of it or not. Now the happiness is readily available in each step. But every step is joyful. So we will not wait for the happiness to come after I have finished the work and some result come, and then I will be happy. So the whole life will become natural. So these three discoveries, they make us fulfilled. Actually we have two fulfillment mainly to have. One is the fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, that we are not happy. We are small, we are bound. That emotional fulfillment comes out of this discovery, that we never have any insufficiency at all, we remain fulfilled. Another is the intelligential fulfillment, that is, we have enquiry about the world. This is true, or that is true, or this will happen, or that will happen. The intelligence also gets fulfilled. So it's a complete fulfillment of the life. And it doesn't mean that he will not work. He will work with the fulfillment. He can take up any huge job. In Yoga Vasishtha, he is referred to as a Mahakarta, Mahabhokta. He is a great performer, and he is a great enjoyer and sufferer. Bhoga means both. Enjoy as well as suffer. Suffering also, he will not run away from any suffering. Because of this, is not God suffering? All our sufferings are there for God also. All our enjoyments are there for God also. Like that, he also become like God. Sufferings also will be there. Enjoyment also will be there. All of them will be playing in his, we can say, call it Ananda Prasada. It is not the joy, the usually what we say. We get a small joy and we get elated by that. He will neither have elation nor have depression. Everything will be in